We'll see you back in 3 weeks. Y'all can talk about it then. You're at, ma'am?
What?
This is not gonna help.
It doesn't matter, my life's going on.
Well, looks like you did that, not me. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Come on, hold on, get her, don't let her go. Come back.
I heard bullshit.
Everybody heard it.
You're bullshit.
Come back.
Sure, lawyer.
I told my lawyer he was bullshit. I didn't say this.
You don't talk like that to anybody in this case because he didn't do this either, you did. Good morning. Good morning. Are you Crystal Vogan? And Ms. Vogan was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to theft of property, a state jail felony. That agreement was for a 4-year deferred probation with a $1,000 fine as well as restitution in the amount of $9,400. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have y'all all had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes.
And any additions or corrections or?
There's a lot of history, we understand, Your Honor, but discussed it with counsel also restitution.
Speak up, I'm
I
sorry.
just want to make sure the court knows restitution, most of the main issue we're looking at, get some of that money back.
I've got 1, 2, 3 and a quarter pages of criminal history. Well, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't. There were 14 felonies that weren't dismissed. At least 4 or 5 misdemeanors that weren't dismissed. I understand the restitution, and y'all know my position on that already this morning, but there's I mean, she's on probation right now in Sutton County, correct?
Yes.
I have been for 2 years.
Right. So do they know about this case? And what has happened over there, if anything?
I'm still continuing on my deferred. Because I'm actually supposed to start nursing.
I can't understand you.
I'm supposed to start nursing school.
When?
I was actually supposed to start in September, but I had to wait to see.
Are you really going to be able to go to nursing
Yes, I
school
am.
with this type of criminal
Yes, ma'am.
history?
Yes, deferred. Yes, ma'am.
Another issue that I see on here also is the restitution, because it shows $9,400, but then it also, that was from inside the bank, and then it shows $500 from an ATM and $100 from a cash app, totaling $10,000, not $9,400. Is that correct?
And that would have been added on, Your Honor, that's a bank fee, I believe. I don't think that.
Well, it says 500 was withdrawn from an ATM outside the bank. Is that right? You know better than anybody.
I only went into it. I didn't have no access to the card.
Okay. So possibly the other person that was involved did that?
The only thing we knew about
That was
was
no-
400 that from within the bank.
I wasn't aware of it, Your Honor, when we did it, when I got the PSIs, when I was notified, I was in the cash wrap. But if it was a withdrawal, then that would be her responsibility joint and separately, so
Right, it says, so
just a request.
the contact from Do Good said that the defendant withdrew the entire loan amount of $10,000, $94 from inside the bank, $500 from an ATM, and $100 from a cash app transaction. It doesn't matter if you did it or if the other person that you were with did it. Y'all were working together. So you're both, and what's the other status of
I
the,
don't have the other status of another person, Your Honor, this is one that was, that's the charge. I'm not coaching on there. But
okay.
she's responsible.
Yeah. So I mean, if there was another person, and you didn't give that
I
information,
don't
then
know.
that's, okay. Apparently the cops didn't either, so.
She went in the bank, she was the one called. Side, whether or not she had a conference on the backside, is not, to my knowledge.
And hold on. So the probations in Sutton County Have they been transferred to Harris County? So you're going in person in Harris County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it's the state's position to go forward with the agreement?
I understand the court's concern, and the state has the same. Like I said, our initial deal was to get some of the money back on our victim, however, we
So,
understand.
all right, so here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Vogan. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Can y'all hold it down over there, please? I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I just don't know. I just can't believe I'm even considering doing this, honestly. I'm not. I can't. There's no way. It has to be straight probation, and I realize that that's going to potentially have some issues, but I can't with 14 prior felony offenses, same type of thing, so.
I don't.
You do?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay. How many do you think you have?
I have 3 here and one back home.
Okay, you have lots of them that were at the same time for different offenses.
And I was never convicted, never charged.
Yeah, you did probations for them. Forgery of a financial instrument. March, don't talk over me. March 3rd, 2008, Harris County, 180 days in jail, so that one was reduced. March of 2014, forging identification cards in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, 1 year probation. Same charge, same probation, so that's 2 in Ohio. March of 2014, aggravated theft in Ohio, another probation, the same date, but still another charge. March of 2014, attempted drug possession, pled guilty, 1 year probation. March of 2014, same thing in Ohio, possessing criminal tools, probation, all that. It was at the same time, but still different cases. November of 2014, forgery, 2 cases, got probations in those. I'm going to run out of fingers. March, another one, theft, aggravated theft in Ohio in 2014. Then we go to Sutton County, Texas, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuous smuggling of persons for pecuniary benefit, and that's the 10-year probation that you're on in 5 different cases.
Okay.
That's not correct.
No. Okay.
So how many cases are you on probation for in Sutton County?
It all ran together. So
I understand it all.
Just one.
It doesn't run, but that's not how it works.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When it runs together, it just means you're serving it at this. I'm rejecting the plea agreement. I'm resetting your case for 3 weeks. We'll see you back in 3 weeks. Y'all can talk about it then. Ma'am,
What?
this is not going to help.
It don't matter. My life's on anyway.
Well, looks like you did that, not me. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Come on, hold on, get her, don't let her go. Come back.
I heard bullshit.
Everybody heard it.
You said you're bullshit.
Come back.
Sure, lawyer.
I told my lawyer he was bullshit. I didn't say this.
You don't talk like that to anybody in this case because he didn't do this either, you did.
He got me the plea.
He did he did a great job. I'm going to find at this time that your bond is not sufficient because of your attitude and because of your
I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna lose my job and everything too.
Well, maybe you shouldn't cuss at your lawyer. Maybe you shouldn't have this attitude here in the courtroom. I'm going to raise your bond. What's the bond currently set at? Don't cry now after saying it's bullshit to him and acting like this in here. Stop. No, you're going to make it worse. You're just going to make it worse. You should, when I told you a minute ago to stop, you should have stopped when I told you to. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000. Go back with the bailiff. Let's see how today goes. Ms. Vogan, when you were here yesterday for sentencing in cause number 25 DCCR 0026, just so the record's clear, I rejected that agreement based on your criminal history. The fact that it was a deferred probation, I feel like with your criminal history, it is at this point, if you're going to accept responsibility, time for a conviction. You were going to be able to leave yesterday. There was an incident in the courtroom. Based on all of that, I raised your bond. Mr. Lewis asked that we bring you out today. Mr. Lewis, what is...
Well, Judge, yesterday afternoon, I went and spoke with Ms. Bogan about everything going on with the case. One, she did apologize to me, and she said, of course, when she had the opportunity, she wanted to apologize to you, to the court, for her actions yesterday. I did explain to her as far as where we were as the case, the rejection was there on the deferred. You did kind of put at that point, it would have to be a straight probation with the restitution if she was to be on any type of probation. She told me she was more than willing to accept that. She understands how it may affect her with her job, but if she wanted to still, if that opportunity was there, she wanted to definitely take it.
Mr. Hoffpower?
Judge, in light of all that the court's already mentioned and cited, we're going to leave it to the court, but we would not be inclined. We're on probation after the way she acted and due to her criminal history. So we would, if the court wants to allow her to do straight, that's fine. I understand.
Yeah, well, that's what your argument was yesterday.
It was.
To continue, for me to go forward. So, I mean, the most important thing to me, obviously, I don't know that you deserve a probation at all with your criminal history. But as I said yesterday and today, it is time for you to have some responsibility and some consequences for continuing to commit felony offenses. You know, it's great that you can finish a deferred probation, but at some point, you got to quit getting felony offenses and quit violating the law. And so I don't think that's fair at all. So what I can do, I have the paperwork still from yesterday, and if you guys would want to agree to a convicted probation, I can make that modification on this punishment recommendation, and then I can kind of reinstate everything up to the plea and all of that, so we don't have to go through all of that. So I'll reinstate everything we've done prior to today, make that modification on the paperwork, and go forward with sentencing. Is that everyone's agreement?
That's fine.
That's fine with us.
The modification will be a 2/5. It will be a 5-year probation. It will be a convicted 2/5. I am going to, I'm not inclined to order a fine because I want that restitution paid. So I'm going to mark through that. So with everyone's permission, I'll make that change, and that's what everyone's agreement is. Is that correct? And it is, I want to make sure you understand that this is now your agreement. And so if I follow an agreement to give you 2 years in the state jail, but probate it for 5 years, order that restitution, you can't change your mind later. This is your agreement. Is that correct? Okay. And the restitution will be that $10,000. And that's everyone's agreement as well, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, then at this time, Ms. Vogan, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the state jail felony offense of theft of property. Sentence you in accordance with your new agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but I'm going to probate that. You'll be on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $10,000 fine, restitution, and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do this is still a good opportunity because you will be able to serve that 2-year sentence while you're out on probation instead of in the state jail prison. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation at all, you will be brought back into court and you will be facing that 2-year sentence that I just gave you. Do you understand? I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I'm also going to hand you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Lewis. Good luck to you, ma'am. Do you need my PSI? I printed it out. Okay, you've got everything. I'm sorry, I just printed my PSI, but y'all can throw that away.
Orders, but I have them.
You have them? Okay.
Judge, if it's okay with you, Ms. Wilson, I did want to apologize to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very, very sorry. I was going through a lot, which I understand is not an excuse. And I do apologize for my actions and behavior yesterday.
I appreciate that. Make sure that while you're on probation, that you don't let those emotions also get in the way of you being cordial and doing what you're supposed to on this probation as well as the other one that you're on, because that just in itself could get you right back in here. Even if you disagree with whatever they're ordering, if you disagree, you disagree. But you have to do everything they said. You have to be cordial. Thank you for your apology. You can go back with the bailiff.
This self-declared sovereign citizen walked into court convinced she was getting an easy win. She believed 4 years of deferred probation for a theft charge was already secured. But the moment Judge West began reviewing her criminal history, everything unraveled fast. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in real time. 14 felonies, 5 misdemeanors, and on top of that, she was already on probation for an offense so serious it can't even be mentioned because of platform rules. That is not the kind of record anyone wants attached to their name. The plea deal didn't just fail, it completely imploded, and when the judge rejected it, she immediately lost control in the courtroom. From that point forward, the atmosphere turned chaotic. Watching someone gamble their freedom with a record like that is like lighting a match in a fireworks store. The real question is whether she was completely detached from reality or intentionally daring the system to finally shut her down. Let's be honest, this woman was talking about nursing school as if it was even remotely possible with a history like this. Most people would not want someone with 14 felonies and a serious probation case responsible for their medical care. Judge West didn't need to search hard to catch the theft amount either. She immediately spotted the 5-figure withdrawal, not the smaller number the defendant tried to pass off. The judge broke it down clearly: full withdrawals, ATM use, transfers, and cash apps. That was not an accident, it was calculated. It's hard to understand how someone expects to care for patients when they can't keep their hands out of other people's money. Nursing is built on trust, and she treated trust like something disposable. The courtroom didn't need medical tools, it needed a calculator to track her transactions. If this was her idea of a career path, the only uniform waiting for her involved handcuffs. The moment her plea deal was denied, her attitude shifted. I have to admit, the outfit change has a kind of accidental comedy to it. One day she's wearing nursing scrubs, acting like she's on track to save lives. The next day she shows up in a button-up shirt, dressed like she's heading to a job interview that clearly isn't happening. That switch alone tells the whole story. The dream is over, and reality finally caught up. What really stands out is that this woman is a perfect example of why probation has turned into a joke for so many people. 14 convictions, still out on the streets, and even after stealing $10,000, she's handed probation like it's no big deal. At some point, you have to ask how many chances one person gets before the system admits this isn't rehabilitation anymore, it's just supervision. Probation was originally created in the 19th century to keep first-time offenders out of prison and give them a chance to turn things around. But this isn't the 1800s, and she is clearly not a first-time offender. Every time the system bends this far for repeat cases like this, it weakens trust in the process and hurts the people who actually deserve a real second chance. So the real question is this: is probation still a tool meant to deliver justice, or has it become a revolving door for repeat offenders? Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.